Good evening, my name is Carlos Mauricio Araujo Coronado, and now I'm going to develop the evidence of the tiny house movement. If you have to tell someone in to get a tiny house, you need to answer those questions. Ask what it is about, advantage, disadvantage, and that it sounds like a movement you would like be a part of or your lifestyle would make it difficult for you to embrace it. So, ask around to find someone to kill two birds with one stone. Answer those questions and tell someone in to get a tiny house. In crunch times, people look over for real opportunities to get in their own houses. What it is about is just about a tiny house that advocates living simply in small homes. It is a trend for people who need to be with minimal resources, reduce its own life space to the minimum required, and be eco-friendly, and that everyone wants to save money or be smart with money. People who want to change the common view to have their own house. Some people think a tiny house movement looks like $1 million opportunity. If you want to move a tiny house, you have to drop off all things that isn't necessary. In the market, it is offered at affordable and ecological friendly housing. If you want to live in a tiny house, you need to fall through the window all unnecessary things. You must be organized, put all your box in your on about shelf, and all things in the correct places. What are the advantage and disadvantage it has? The advantage are because if you need to move some different city for about work, you don't need to rent a room or apartment. You only have to move there with your tiny house. If you live in a busy city, you have available to move over a quiet place or be on a car field for a relaxing time with family on weekends or any moment. Some tiny house can be really cheap. You need to have in your account bank about $5,000. That represent only 10% compared by regular houses. A tiny house has a small footprint, so it doesn't require a large plot of land. Tiny houses require less material to build and less energy to power it. At disadvantage, it does not have enough space to keep personal things, less storage space. Living in a tiny house isn't for everyone. Anyone who is claustrophobic or is deeply attached to belongings that take up lot of rooms won't feel comfortable in a space this small. Being minimalist is a great if you are okay with getting rid of a lot of your things, but if you like your stuff will have the tendency to take over your tiny home and create clutter, a ton of clutter. How does it relate to fortune and appliances? You only have the necessary fortune and appliances because space saving is the priority, but you have a lot of options available for personalize your as you like. It is according your lifestyle. Does it sound like a movement you would like be a part of your lifestyle? Would make it difficult for you embrace it? Yes, I want to get into. Let's go ahead to join to this trend. Is according your lifestyle. In general, tiny living works best for those who are willing to abandon the widespread social ideal that bigger is better. It replaces it with less is more. Don't be shaped on someone. Read shares about it. Call me back if you want more information. Once a blue moon, people don't do it. Thanks for watching.